You're gonna have to walk behind you again. Hello, everybody. Hello. We are waiting for Dr. Wong, but she said to start because she hates starting late. So first of all, please welcome my return guest, Lainey Balboni.
Hi.
Go ahead, Lainey. Give a shout out.
Hi. Happy holidays.
Damn, Skippy. Now, you guys got to give me a second because I definitely got to set up my Facebook. I got to get my Facebook peeps going on this crap, see what's up. But while I do that, Lainey can tell you about today's show while we wait for Dr. Wong.
Why are you putting me under the gun?
Because Lainey, who called up? Who called up and said, I would like to do a show. We should do a show about stalking. Lainey's got another stalker.
Stop it.
I didn't say I was going to say who. I'm just going to say Lainey got another stalker.
Listen, they're only human. I don't know. I love you, Felipe. No, I don't. This is the thing. Yes, I wanted to do the podcast. However, right, this is your podcast, right? So it's like
my podcast. Anybody can do a podcast. We're just doing a podcast.
Yeah, but you know how to set up the streaming to.
Boom! I fake it. I got my boy that does it. There we go. We got Lainey on live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook.
I can't stand you.
Hello.
I miss Winnie Wong.
Here we go. Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So listen.
People here.
Now I'm on. I don't know. Cece, I took the block off. That's why. I went through it all. No, because she couldn't write last time and there was a situation that occurred.
Yeah, okay.
But now you can. Hey, so listen, on Facebook, I'm going to go this way sometimes, but because Dr. Wong is going to come, I wanted it to focus on Lainey and her.
I don't want to be focused on me like
If you wanted to do that, to put your phone, just drop it in there. So listen, everybody. I left the door unlocked for Dr. Wong to come.
But what do you want?
So I don't know what you're doing. That's the first time I ever seen it go that way.
Isn't that how it goes?
No, you usually go like this, and then you stick it on the top, and you got to take it off that big protection case. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay, so it works for you.
I always need protection.
So listen, everybody. First of all, happy holidays over there. Happy holidays. You might want to go that way because you got Dr.
Yeah, I
Wong,
was just going to say
and
that.
you might want to open up your that bottom three. Yeah.
Why is it doing? There we go.
Here we go. What's up, Lainey Facebook?
Why is it doing a 360?
Oh, because you got to lock it.
Come on, Felipe. How do you lock it?
Push that button right there.
What button?
That button you rep right there.
Push it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pushing it. It's not working.
Yeah, it's just you. Leave it alone. It'll stay. Boom. Look how perfect that is. So, hey, listen up, everyone. So, thank you so much for the ones that waited soon enough, the others that will join on. So we know we usually do a podcast at 12:30 in the 12 p.m. Today I had some things running around and some stuff. So Lainey reached out to Dr. Wong and basically said I would love to do a podcast before the holidays. So one of my things is Christmas Eve and New Year's are sold as joyful. Okay, we all know that, right? We see all of a sudden a month before it happens, Halloween's out. Next thing you know, I already
started seeing
in the
Valentine's
trees.
stuff.
Oh yeah, and it comes out. So we know years are sold and joyful. Yet for many people, this is the most emotional, difficult time of the year. Depression does not pause for the holidays. Today we are discussing what depression really is. And this is going to be about Dr. Wong and Lainey Balboni. So we're going to discuss what it really is, why holidays are amplified, how anxiety and panic intersects with depression, and the reason why, in case you didn't know this, I added that because I was diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety. So I'm going to bring it in because Dr. Wong had thought that because I had this, that it was a panic attack. It isn't. Panic attacks and anxieties are two different things. Yeah. And I'm going to explain it today, and I'm going to articulate correctly. So what I want to discuss is that, and it hits a home run with me because I'm going to explain to you what happens when it happens to me. For those of you that remember me back in the day as Lainey and everybody, I wasn't violent, but I never walked away from anything.
Right.
It didn't matter how many or whatever. Let's just take care of business and have fun. But why the holidays amplify it, how anxiety and panic intersect with depression, and what real, and that's what we're going to discuss. And that's why I'm going to have a pleasure having my wife, Dr. Wong, here to discuss this. And what real recovery looks like. And no, this is not WebMD with a Santa hat, okay? None of us here are going to be able to tell you anything on a basis of professionality, but Dr. Wong can, because that's where she handles it.
I literally heard you running down the hall.
Dr. Wong, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello.
I know you had office stuff going on and everything. So if you want, you can take me out over there and I can move my phone and you can set your stuff
I
in.
can't.
Okay.
You look pretty in red. You look very festive.
Thank you. I got taken off of TikTok.
There's a high suicide rate during the holidays. Yes, there is. Hello, Jose Rodriguez. Dr. Wong's in the house. Yes, Jose, Dr. Wong is in the house.
You
I
know,
love you,
Dr.
Wong.
Go
really?
Did I say that?
Did she really do the Jersey shit?
Yeah.
All right.
Winnie's in the house.
All right.
Winnie's a vibe.
So,
Yeah,
so
we're live. Oh, yeah.
yeah, Winnie got banned for showing disgusting things on her TikToks, popping zits and doing feet. So,
That's
okay.
ridiculous.
Are you ready to begin?
Oh,
Hold on, I have mine too.
oh, it's that time of year.
It's that time of the year.
I need my notations.
Everybody's got notations.
Dr. Wong, can you grab me a water?
I don't have notations.
Lainey, you want a water in?
No, I have my iced tea in here. Iced tea from
All right,
Starbucks.
let's get this craziness to begin. So, Dr. Wong,
Yes, that's me.
let's discuss
Yeah, you
some
look
stuff
beautiful.
if you don't mind. So, what I wanted to talk about is what depression really is, okay? So, depression is not simple sadness. Clinically, it involves changes in the neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, sleep disruption, fatigue, brain fog, emotional numbness, low motivations, and reduced stress, tolerance. Many individuals remain highly functional while quietly suffer, in particular during the holidays. So
Absolutely.
through my research, that's what I received. And I know you have many patients that come in to discuss this. So please, I just wanted to open up the floor with that and give it away to you.
Thank you. Can I clarify first though, are we talking about depression or specifically the holiday blues? Because those are two different things. So
Okay, would you be able to elaborate why it's different? To me, depression is depression. It doesn't matter when you get it.
I feel like
But-
it's definitely worse during the holidays.
Okay, so
I mean,
feel
I
free.
suffered from depression from time to time, but the holidays are definitely a trigger for me.
Okay, so please elaborate.
well, I don't want to speak incorrectly. So what I want to do really quickly is look up the DSM-4 criteria for depression, because for me, I thought we were talking about
The holiday
the
humdrum.
holiday, yes,
The
and
holiday
which is
humdrums.
temporary, which is like a temporary lull and sadness and fatigue and emotional and physical symptoms. But let me, because like I said, I haven't done.
So I did an opener, not to cut you
But I
off.
listened to it.
Okay, so in my opener, it was basically discussing from depression to panic attacks to everything that can occur and happen. And personally, because obviously I worked the prison system for multitudes amount of years, and the depressions did hit the people that were incarcerated. And you're right, it did enhance more, but they were still suicidal through the whole time they were there. It's like you're being locked up, you're being taken away from your family. You don't have the ability to contact them at any times. You only have a certain time out to the floor. It is. I see it, and to me, it's a sad time to see that. And I understand people are incarcerated. Well, you know what? They're humans too, and they got to come back to the street. So they need to have realization also in that, and family contact and things like that. So I kind of wanted to discuss with all that. But once again, it's your show. You and Lainey. I had some questions, but we can go.
No, we can cover both. I just want to be clear. So, okay, so we can go back. So the definition of depression, according to the DSM, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, is to have at least 2 weeks continuous of symptoms, and you have to have at least let's see, 5 of the symptoms. So in medical school, we learned it as SIGECAPS, SIGECAPS. So S is for sleep, so either increased or decreased sleep. I is for interest, lack of interest. G is for guilt, feelings of guilt. E is energy, decreased energy. C is for concentration, difficulty concentrating. A is for appetite, decreased or increased appetite. And CAPS, CAP, and P is for psychomotor agitation or retardation, like getting more agitated or slowing down. So the criteria again is you have to have these symptoms, not all of the symptoms, I think 4 out of the 9 for at least 2 weeks continuous. So that's the definition of major depression. And then the holiday blues, I guess it could be depression, because if it lasts for 2 weeks, then sure.
Absolutely. I mean, my holiday blues last the whole holiday season. So,
and what do you think? Is that like Thanksgiving to New Year's?
I just feel like once the holidays start, I'm like, oh,
And what's the
God.
definition of holidays for you? The time?
Thanksgiving to like
February.
to New Year's. It's like, but then after New Year's, like when all the because like the Christmas lights and the trees and the Santa and the hustle and bustle, I absolutely love, right? But I know that what's behind it. But once like this Christmas season stops and the music stops and it just everything's like, and you have to like wait until, I don't know, it's a couple months. It's tough because I feel like looking forward to the holidays, you get like excited with the lights and stuff, and just the whole, it kind of keeps your mind occupied, I suppose, right? Mm-hmm. And then once, that's just me in general. I'm just not that I'm not a fan of the holidays, but they're tough. They're tough for me. So I like your little Siggy's thing. I think that's amazing, and it's super spot on.
Okay. Oh, I forgot the S is suicidal ideation. But
okay.
I'll write
no,
this
yeah,
down.
for sure. That's actually amazing. I think that's good to put up there too.
So sadly, yes, this has been, so as a primary care physician, I see a lot of people coming in for depression, anxiety already throughout the year, but it has been really busy the last couple of weeks for me, like really busy. I mean, I just got back from a funeral home today. I had a patient just like unexpected death at home, and like it's just a hard time of year for people.
Whoa, she passed?
No, somebody else.
Oh.
So it's just like when we deal with that on top of it, like death at this time of year, when it's supposed to be a happy time of year.
Correct.
And then I had another person come and he's like, it's the anniversary of my wife's death, like 8 years ago. We've been together since we were 16 and 19. It's just supposed to be happy. It's hard.
Yeah. I feel like when I think of the holidays and Christmas, right, I always, and I'm just like a big little kid on the inside. Like I'm definitely like a child on the inside. And I feel like I always look at the holidays like it's supposed to be magical. And, you know, as you get into adulthood, you're like, you know, like you're let down. I think the anticipation of it when you're younger, and then like when life starts lifing and things start hitting you and you start losing parents and grandparents and, you know, things like that. It's for me, it's very melancholy. So, you know, that's where I stand on it. I mean,
so I know I went a little fast before.
No, that's amazing.
So I wanted to just share this again. These are the symptoms of major depression, 2 or more. So again, sleep, interest, lack of interest, feelings of guiltiness, energy goes down, concentration goes down, appetite can be either up or down. When people are depressed, I'll share with you. Yeah, that was your followers. Concentration, and then psychomotor, that's either agitation or slowing down, and then S is for suicidal ideation.
Wait, what's psychomotor? Oh,
like either being really revved up, like antsy, or the opposite, just very like, okay.
Like,
yeah, so it can go either way.
I can relate to a couple of those for sure.
Okay. If you have at least 4 of those lasting more than 2 weeks, then
correct.
Then it could be some depression going on.
Correct.
So,
and this is also the thing too. It's like, I'm not embarrassed to say that I suffer from depression. It's been ongoing, you know, for the majority of my life. And, you know, I have it under control. You know, I have a shaman who I work with, and she's helped me, you know, a lot. It's just, you know, I feel like a lot of times you just need, you know, somebody that can help guide you through your rough times. You know, somebody that, you know, it's tough.
Ooh, Cece had a good comment there. She wrote,
I can't see a thing.
She said, when you're a kid, you get stuff. like at the holidays, but when you're older, you have to pay for stuff for other people. It's a rude awakening.
Well, this
it's like
is
the reality.
Right. And this is the thing for me. I don't want presents under the tree. I want presents around the tree. Does that make
We
sense?
heard an amazing phrase. Felipe's friend was talking the other day. He was saying memories are over material.
Absolutely. When I see all these adults going
Good job,
out,
Rich.
like
Shout out to Rich Mahoney.
Go Rich.
all these adults are like going out and taking
I
out
mean,
credit card debt.
Hey,
shopping
when am I
for
getting
other
my Louis
adults.
Vuitton bag?
Yeah, it's like, really? Get a job
Yeah.
by it yourself. Like, I would never be like, oh, I want this, and this, and this, and this for Christmas. It's like, it boggles my mind. The thought, it's a thought that counts. It's nice, but like, make me some cookies, or like, give me
Like
some
a certificate
time.
for a massage.
Just something nice, and that's not, materialistic, I don't think.
Which actually, if you don't mind, if I talk about maybe some tips from a medical perspective.
Absolutely.
So when I just mentioned like maybe give something like a massage or an experience. So from a medical perspective, I would say some tips for managing these holiday blues or depression in general are maybe make sure you get plenty of sleep.
Yeah.
Super important. Have a schedule, whether it's definitely for your sleep, but also just a routine in general, because when we don't have a routine, we kind of get into this like ambiguity of like not having like, things to look forward to.
Exactly.
Whether it be like little things like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym at this time, and then I'm going to go get my coffee later, like little routines can be helpful. And although it might be tempting to isolate yourself, try and reach out to people. When I was doing some research for this podcast, I learned about this amazing service. Have you heard of 988?
No.
Have you heard of 988? Yes, we talked about it. So 988 is you can text. I think you can chat with someone. So anyway, it's a crisis helpline, and they will pick up, and there are offers in different languages. If you're deaf, they offer that. They have people who are vetted to know how to talk to people. They've had training. They won't divulge any of your personal information. So like they're not allowed to like call 911 for you.
Okay.
So it's very safe. And I highly recommend it. We were just at a conference the other night talking to some psychiatrists, and they said that they really, really find it very helpful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I want to make sure everybody knows about 988. So it's
988.
Yeah. It's a crisis helpline.
That's good to know.
Available anytime.
Okay.
And some other self-care tips are like, making sure you're hydrated, eating healthy, because when you eat healthy, you feel better,
We were just having this conversation before you came in.
Yeah.
Felipe told me that he was going down sugar lane with the snacks.
Yeah. So when we get stressed or down, our bodies crave like sugar. We call them the evil triad: salt, sugar, fat. And it creates this vicious cycle, because then it releases dopamine in your brain, which is almost like it's like when you do drugs, it's like that reward.
Wait,
system.
bad fat, like bad fat or healthy fat? Because there's healthy
No,
fat,
I'm saying
right?
bad fat, like
Okay.
bacon. All right, I eat bacon.
I mean, girl, I could eat a whole thing of bacon by myself. I get it. I
But
don't
like,
lay off bacon.
like eating healthy, fresh fruits, vegetables, plenty of water, those things are going to help, because then, like when kids have like candy, then they go on the sugar high, then they crash. You feel like crap, and you physically
Yes.
feel like crap,
Yes.
but emotionally too.
Yes.
So even though your body's like, I want my Girl Scout cookies.
Yep. Right. No Girl Scout cookies.
No Girl Scout cookies. How about an Asian pear, which is like super yummy and full of hydration.
Is it super yummy though?
It's super yummy.
Felipe, is it super yummy?
It is wonderful.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't
I'll
think
give
I've
you
had
one.
any. Wait, are those what they make the pear martinis with?
I think so.
Ooh.
Okay, and that's another thing, alcohol.
Alcohol. Yep. We were just having this conversation too, so yes, alcohol.
Definitely in moderation.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say like avoid it complete, but yes, like a lot of people. Actually, I just had a patient today came in. She works the third shift, and I kind of was like, she goes, "Oh, I have my drink in the morning before I go to bed." I was like, "Whoa." She goes, "No, I work third shift, and that's the only thing that'll help me go to bed." And I was like,
Alcohol? Doesn't alcohol like keep you awake? Like you'll fall asleep for a little bit and then you wake up.
Exactly.
Okay.
It helps you fall asleep, but it doesn't help you stay asleep, so you don't get restful sleep.
All right.
So, yes, it's not a good idea to use that and to help with sleep or to, drown your sorrows.
Right.
So maybe if you're feeling down, put on a Hallmark movie.
No, I think, listen, this is the thing. I think
Did you roll your eyes?
Nope.
No, I think the Hallmark movies are what's killing me, because it's like, you watch the Hallmark movies and like, oh, and then it's like reality's not like a Hallmark movie. So it's like,
I like to escape into it. They have the horse-drawn carriages.
Pete, don't let Peter hear you say that. Peter will be on your butt with the horse-drawn carriages.
Peter?
Peta. P-E-T-A.
Oh, PETA, P-E-T-A. Oh, I thought you were talking with a New England accent.
No, we actually went to see the Rockettes over the weekend in New York City.
They're amazing.
It was magical. And then they had the nativity scene, which I literally almost started crying. They had like 2 camels, they had a donkey, they had the sheep, and the
like
3 wise men.
Animals?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's so magical. And then I had to stop, and I was like, wait, is this like cruelty to animals? Like, so now my roommate and I are like on our phones, like cruelty to animals. And then the next day, PETA comes out with, in front of the Rockettes with cruelty to animals. So I know that they get the animals from, not a farm, but like where the animals go to, what's it called when the animals go someplace and then they live their life? A sanctuary. The animals come from an animal sanctuary, so I felt better, but that was super magical. So if anybody has a chance to go see the Rockettes, we got tickets wicked cheap, and honestly,
I heard it was amazing. I had a patient who went. She said it was exceeded her expectations.
Yeah.
2 hours nonstop, no intermission.
Yeah,
she told me about the lane with the Santa Clauses or something.
Yes.
Like on the side.
It was cute. It was something. It was
Let's
nice.
do that next holidays.
It was very childlike for me to see it.
So let me ask you a question. So even though that was a holiday thing,
yeah,
it made you happy?
It did.
Okay.
Correct.
So
it did.
So
and being in New York City this time of the year, yes, it was a rush.
So you weren't sad.
Not at that day, not the time of the day, no. Maybe because I had something to look forward to.
Okay.
But then it's like I come back home and it's like, I love my job, my career. It's amazing. It's flourishing. I'm super busy, but basically it's work, dinner, and home. And I'm sure it's like that for everybody, like work, dinner, home, we're old. What else are we going to go do? You know what I mean? But yes.
But so let me ask you a question. Like, why is it worse? Like now versus like if it was like Valentine's Day, Easter?
Because Valentine's Day I don't celebrate at all. I got married on Valentine's Day, so that I just took that right off the table. That's not even a holiday I celebrate. I get sad on Easter too.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, for example, like other holidays.
Yeah. No.
4th of July, like why?
4th of July, the summer holidays, I usually work and it's fine. But like the big major holidays, I don't know. Am I the only one that feels somber? No, right?
No.
This is why we're here.
It's a really hard time of year. That actually, did you know that the rate of suicide increases this time of year?
No.
Yes.
Felipe, how are your thoughts on the holidays? Do you love the holidays?
I love any day, as long as I'm living and my feet are on the ground.
Oh, see, but this is the thing. I feel like if you suffer from depression and PTSD too, like, is it triggered to the holidays or no?
No, my stresses are from people. Not from holidays.
No, I get. I get it.
I'm looking at you at all.
No, but
she asked the question.
I get it
though.
I get it, especially when you work with the public too. So it's working with the public is a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like I always go by the customer's always right, even when they're wrong. The customer is always right, especially as small business owners. I mean,
yeah, it's been very stressful. Well, you know, like I have people want to come in for Botox. They have a cold, then they have to reschedule, but they still want things done before Christmas and New Year's, and it's a lot. A lot.
You're like, yes, let me work 15-hour days to just.
I see your questions for me. Do you have more questions for me?
Yes, he does. Yeah, but we want the questions too.
Dr. Wong told me to sit quiet.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't, sir.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So listen,
we want.
I know
questions.
you two want to discuss all these different avenues and stuff, but at times, like I have people that always ask me things, and when I told them you guys were doing this show, and I told them if they're unable to get on it, they can look on it later on. So one of my questions is, and I know you explained it, but you might have to dumbify it for me. So I was looking at things and I was figuring out stuff from a clinical standpoint of it, not just a person like me that suffers through what I have. So clinically, what is depression actually doing to the brain and the body beyond sadness? So I've been hearing you say everything, but when I was researching
The
something,
stickies?
No, those
No?
are symptoms. Those
Okay.
are like
Yes.
how you diagnose.
you
So
might want to erase that board, go on the other side and say Lainey, symptoms.
Calm down,
All
Felipe.
right,
before I jump over there.
Lainey's got the Lainey brain right now.
Felipe is like the big brother I never had, and you want to just
So my whole thing is, you said certain things in key, but you didn't tell me what happens to the body
So-
beyond sadness, to the body.
so on a biochemical level, there's misbalances, I guess you would say, imbalances in your levels of like serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine.
And is cortisol a factor in this
Oh,
also?
absolutely, 100%. Which is why the sleep is so important for like regulating your cortisol levels, your sensitivity to insulin, so therefore your sugar levels, and it's just a whole cascade.
So what I would like to just say was, back in the day when I was a personal trainer and I had a vitamin store, a lot of people would come in and discuss with me to lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. And 95% of them were females. And they were always telling me, it's this area right here, it's this lower area, I got this little pouch. And then I started over time realizing cortisol. After cortisol, I started realizing depression. I started noticing 60% of the females, literally 60%, because I did a whole thing with me and a friend of mine. And I was like, are you married? I did this whole little checkoff list to find out what they take, what they don't take, and this and that. 65% of them were going through divorces. They were fighting for their children and everything else. So in my head, now that I've gotten older, I start to realize a lot of the effects could just be depression and stress.
So I have a great comment on that. So as you know, I do hormone replacement therapy, and
Which I support.
I haven't done it yet because I'm nervous, but I might do it.
I haven't done it because I've been stabbed enough.
So anyway, when women go into perimenopause, around, the average age of menopause is around 50. So perimenopause might start around 45. And so the divorce rate is just huge. So drop in estrogen, drop in testosterone, cortisol is off. These completely affect a woman's mood. Women become irritable, mood swings, we're just a lot more sensitive. We interpret things like a lot more quickly, personally. So I would say that all combined, and it just, the timing just happens to be like you, and then people are like, oh, well, yeah, you've been married for like 10 years or whatever years. No. It's really because I do feel like the hormone imbalance at that time has major contributing factor to that. So
Absolutely.
including, exactly like you said, the cortisol, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, thyroid, they're all very interrelated.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the answer.
Being an adult
Lainey.
really is a lot of work. I mean, just listening to that, it's like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, and another tip I forgot to mention. So I'm from California originally, for those of you who don't know. And when I moved to New England, it was very difficult for me because this is 1991 when we actually had real winters, not like here where, it's like a dusting and people freak out and don't know how to drive. And like, oh my God, like this is when we got the 2 feet of, blizzard and, and it was dark. And so anyway, so I always recommend my patients at daylight savings. I have it marked on my calendar, November, whatever Sunday, I get my therapy light out. Do you know about therapy lights?
Tanning beds?
Oh, no.
Tanning beds!
No, not a
No.
not a tanning bed. It's called like a happy light, or it's for seasonal affective disorder.
Do they work, Winnie?
Yes, they work.
They do, okay.
So this is the way to use a therapy light, okay? So it's a special light, and the reason it works is the light goes, your eyes absorb it, and it stimulates the happy serotonin in your brain and stimulates sunlight. So the way you're supposed to use it, you're supposed to have it in the morning time, exposed in the morning time, only like 10 or 15 minutes. So what you could do is you could have it like on your bathroom counter, like while you're brushing your teeth, you're putting your makeup on, like whatever. You don't need to like sit next to it all day long. You don't want to do it in the afternoon because it'll disrupt your circadian rhythm. but it's supposed to stimulate sunlight and help with the serotonin receptors in your brain.
Just to let you know, Lainey, circadian.
I was just gonna say, I was
Oh,
like, that's a big
Is
word.
Lainey from a Star Trek episode? Yes, it's the land they landed on
Okay,
to fight the war.
all right. I was just like,
Oh, is that why she had that look when I said circadian?
No, we both did.
yeah,
You-
Winnie,
I was
I
like,
mean,
what
I'm
the hell
not a
is she talking
doctor, so
about?
I mean, you know.
Okay, let's
Thank
take
you,
a
Lainey. She uses these words, and I'm like,
Hold
what
on,
the hell are
Rebecca.
they?
Circadian.
What-
Yeah,
what-
for
what
some,
the-
okay, viewers, how many of you guys know what circadian rhythm is? It's your natural rhythm of your body. Like, when it tells you it's time for you to go to bed and like shut down for the night, time to wake up.
I would use the word natural running of my body.
Okay,
I don't
Cece,
know.
help me out. Somebody help me
Cece.
out. You guys,
Cece's a book
you guys
person.
must all know what a
So-
circadian rhythm is. Does anybody know? Did anyone?
I can't even,
comment?
who's
Okay.
on here?
So, Lainey, I know I asked Dr. Wong a question, but I've known you for quite a while. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw your shit.
25 plus.
I'm gonna throw your shit out in the street. I've never met anybody in my life so erratic, so crazy,
Thank
so
you.
psychotic,
Yeah.
so
thank
everything
you.
across. And I guess that's why you're here.
Thank
So
you.
listen, Lainey.
Thank you very much.
So, Lainey, all kidding aside, I wanted a non-medical perspective about this. Okay, so I kind of was figuring out what could I ask Lainey, because obviously we're street kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were raised
Yeah.
a little more different.
Yeah.
What does depression feel like day to day, especially for people who are still functioning? So what I mean by that is not just the average function, which you're very successful at your business, and I want to give you shout out and kudos. It's very hard. All three of us own businesses here. We oversee our operations.
Oh,
We're
yes, but we're awesome.
self proprietors of ourselves, and no one else can feed us but us. So I give you that. And all the years I've known you, you've developed a success. And as I always told you, leave the state, go somewhere else. And you're
Always.
going to flourish a lot better.
And guess what I
Just
did?
due to the fact. But
I left the
the
state.
show's not about me. What my question is, once again, what does depression feel like day to day, especially for people who are still functioning, operating in life, operating in business, always keeping that happy face? You don't want your clients down. You don't want your friends upset. Like, how do you do it?
First and foremost, I probably have 5 really people in my life that are like my core. You, Winnie, Bonnie.
And Clyde.
Stop it, Bonnie. Christine.
Sorry, Christine, it took her so long to say
And Stephanie.
Christine.
No, because I'm getting older and I'm losing a little bit of my marbles.
That's called dopamine.
So those 5
Cece knows
people
circadian
are
rhythm.
those 5
Of
people
course,
are the
Cece knows
the
it.
people that like I feel those are my people. If I need anything, I know without a doubt they're not going to judge me, even though Felipe just like scorched me on social media. But that's all right. That's neither here nor there. The thing with me is I feel
It's
like
not true, though.
as a business owner, like I've had my business for 22 years, right? And I feel like
Yeah,
my salon is such my happy place. Like,
Except when you got taken to court
wait, what?
For your
because you had
curls,
your
maybe.
curl.
Oh yeah, that was just from
Some bitch.
3,000 miles away.
Yeah.
This is the thing. So, I always was like, I'm going to be a hairdresser, right? And I made it happen. And, it wasn't easy. And I feel like my business, I treat every single person in my salon like how I wanted to be treated growing up or as a child. Like, I really try to cater to my clients and give them like that extra bit of TLC and make them feel nurtured and make them feel important and make them feel like when they come in and they get a service, like they feel good about it. Because, we go to get our nails done, right? They're like, oh, pick a color in and out. And they rush you. Like, my salon is like, what is it? No, well, I mean, you said it. I didn't say. I'm just saying, right? So, I just feel like that my salon is such my happy place, and it's like I really thrive in my salon. So, and I talk to a bunch of people, and I feel like that's my social life, right? I'm happy at work. When I get out of work, I go next door to dinner. I go to dinner, have dinner, and then I go home and go to bed. Like, I feel like my life is fulfilled with that, right? I'm 53 years old. Do I need to be going out every weekend and partying and meeting people? I don't know. I'm fucking tired. I'm old. Like, when I get out of work, I want my candle, my dog, my bed, and my TV.
I'm with you. I'm not going
and this is
against
the
you.
thing. Yes, when I was in New York this weekend, we went out and we had a great time. But I mean, I just totally got off track. I just feel like I'm happy in my life. I'm lonely a little bit because I don't have somebody, a special person, but I'm fulfilled with my business.
So Lainey, I have to say that you're really lucky that you have your profession, your business, and your clients love you. And I love going there. And I have so many people say they feel so comfortable that, that they have not felt comfortable going to salons before, but you make them feel like it's their home. Like
It's important.
So, but I have to tell you, I have had patients with major depression, like major, and like when I'm like, and they don't leave the house, and then I'll be like, they literally are like, they're like, I don't do anything all day. I go, what does that look like for you? Like tell me what that looks like. So they literally, I had a woman who probably stayed on her couch for like at least 7 to 10 days, and like,
not even work, just
no, not even work. But
yeah,
like
that's super unhealthy.
But that's why I say that is what major depression looks like.
Right.
Would get up, maybe eat once in a while, and just go back and lay on the couch.
Yeah.
Would go to the bathroom, but literally like lay on the couch and not even like watching TV, but just like lay on the couch. So this is what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've been there before too.
Major
a long time ago.
depression.
Yes. Yeah. It's hit me that way too. For sure.
And another, sadly, I mean, it has happened to me. Another interesting suicide fact is that a majority of patients will go and see their primary care doctors the day before they kill themselves.
For
just anything. I remember I had a patient many years ago who came in for a follow-up depression check. I did the depression scanning, the PHQ-9, everything's fine. And then the next day I found out he killed himself. And it happens all the time, even though to my face, he told me he was fine and he was doing great.
It's sad. I feel like the hopelessness that somebody feels to get to that point is super, super sad.
It's hard. And like, as a doctor, I was like, well, what did I do? What did I miss? Should I have done something differently? I did the depression screen. I talked to him, how the meds, they're helping, no side effects, and check. And then like to find out that the next day he killed himself.
Yeah, that's sad. And that must have felt bad for you because, he came to see you a day before he did it.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, this time of year is very, very high in suicide. So just, if anybody's watching, don't forget 988 is very helpful.
Some reason.
And if you have thoughts of hurting yourself, remember that you're not alone, that there's always another option.
Somebody wants to join. Are we
just let them in?
We just let him in?
Yeah, let them in.
All right.
So one of my questions is, why holidays amplify depression? Because you guys said, I thought it was based on just holiday depression. So my question is, why? Why does a holiday amplify depression?
I answer first. I think I think there's a false sense or an expectation because I heard you guys say this, happy holidays. I think there's an expectation to be joyful and happy, even if you're not necessarily feeling like that. So it's like expected and become so commercialized that that's the expectation.
Yes. And also, like, imagine, it's not even, everybody's doing it. Imagine you get out of work, you're like, I gotta go Christmas shopping, I gotta buy for this one, I gotta buy for that one, I gotta cook. It's fucking exhausting. Why do you have to go out and buy presents for another adult? I mean, this is the thing, I have a niece and nephew, right? That's 15 and 17. If they need something, they'll call me, Auntie, can we go get something to eat? You want to go to dinner? Like, I'm not going to just be like, oh, it's Christmas, let me buy you something. Like, I feel like it's sheer nonsense, as my father would say. Like, there are adults like struggling to pay their frigging bills, and they're like, oh, well, Christmas, and I have to buy presents, and it's like, it has to stop. It does have to stop. I mean, I want a Louis Vuitton bag. It's like, go get a job and buy yourself a bag. Like, why would you ever expect somebody else to buy you a bag?
Okay, I kind of went a little more different.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So when I had a hard time in my life, a serious hard time, so obviously you guys know I was shot, a few times in the head and whatever else on top of it.
Yeah, we can tell.
So one of those, like with me, my depressions, which I wrote them down because I was trying to figure out at that time in my life, I used to take notes, pros and cons of what's going on and where I need to build myself on. So one of the things were grief and loss. I developed attachments to certain people, and it seemed like at such a young age, people drinking and driving,
Yeah.
overdosed.
Yeah.
People were just disappearing from my life. And emotionally, it started affecting me because I remember all the things we would do together. You know, before Christmas Eve, we'd all hit a bar and we'd all do these things. And I started remembering things. And for some reason, as I get older, I start to remember things and I don't realize how much value those moments were until they were gone. And then on top of it, it developed loneliness because I stopped trusting people. I needed distance because I realized when I was getting close to people, I could lose them. So I didn't want the attachment. Then it was family conflict because I'm open about it. My daughter and me are separated. And even when I had her there, I had a thing with my family where I separated from my family. It was a lot of things. And it developed this loneliness. And then, you know, it was also financial pressures. It was family conflict, financial pressures. I went through a time in life where I was working 3 jobs. I was busting it because I had goals, I had expectations of myself, and I kept feeling like I was failing. So every holiday, it made me feel worthless. I had unrealistic expectation. I would sit there and put myself at a location that I knew I couldn't get to unless I made myself go there slowly. But you know, it was social comparison. Like at the time, I came from a Mercedes, a Harley, to taking bus 354, and thank God it took me into town. But then I started seeing how people saw me at the bus station, and instead of saying, "Do you need a ride?" they made fun of me behind my back, but none of them would say it to my face. And then it was, which was the big keeper of me, was the increased alcohol and sugar intake. I drank a half a liter of Jack Daniels and ended my night with 3 or 4 martinis.
So this is my question to you though with that. Were you drinking to escape or were you just drinking to like, I mean, I have one, no more than 2, because if I have more than 2, it's not going to be good. You will never see me drink more than 2 drinks ever.
The sad part is, for me to tell you something like that, I would be lying to you because I really don't know why I drank, because I didn't start drinking until I was 23. So I don't know why it happened, but when I drank, I got up the next day, went to the gym at 4 in the morning, then by 1 p.m., I'm out drinking again. Wow. So I don't know how to answer that. And I had a disrupted routines. All
Congratulations on being sober.
Yeah, 9 years. Yeah, 9 years now.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, I was overwhelmed emotionally and psychologically. And there was a resilience where I started realizing in order to survive, I needed nobody but myself.
Absolutely.
Because when I didn't
Absolutely.
When I didn't put time into myself and I took everybody else's, I was taking on so much of their problems that it became conflicted with my own problems to take care of.
And you take on the energy.
Yeah. And, you know, like, for instance, if I went to the gym, someone would be like, "Oh, you look good, but you look a little fat still," or your chin's a little wide. And then I would go back and it would be like, "Oh my God." And then I'd start, and then it's like I'm losing who I am by what somebody else said.
Yeah.
So it developed depressions in me. So that was the difference between what you guys, you know, look at and the way I looked at it from myself perspective.
I just feel like being an adult is a trap, and I really don't like being an adult. And all these problems are stemming from being an adult.
All right, Cece has a comment. She says, "I think because it gets built up, like you say, and when you have no family and spend it alone, you begin to wonder what your purpose is, maybe.
Cece.
No one cares for you and wonder why." You're exactly correct.
Cece, 100% Cece.
I won't even argue that. It was like, what's the sense of being in this world if I'm here just for someone to be their comical relief or just to be someone's output? And I think in one thing, and I'm going to say it, and I don't give a shit who freaking thinks any different. I knew one thing. When I worked Walpole Prison and I worked a holiday, I made sure everyone, I didn't discriminate against anyone. I would make sure I would do extra rounds. I would talk to them. Then if they needed to make a phone call, it's not called white hatting. It's called surviving. It's called, listen, I am human too, and you are human, and I understand. I'm doing time the same as you do. I can't see my family like you can, but guess what? I can when my shift ends. So it was not fair how sometimes things are set up for failures and imbalance for people that are incarcerated. I believe you still have to give them that emotional contact outside. Not that I'm switching it, but you brought up suicide rate. Do you know how much suicide rates? Do you know how many times I've walked in? I can't wait to have people come in here where you've literally, even though you don't know the person or care for the person, you're cutting them down because he's dead.
Yeah,
And you know how that impacts you
you don't
emotionally
want
when
to
you're
see
bringing them home.
anybody go through something like
during the
that.
holidays.
Or to suffer with and be in such despair during the holidays. It's heavy. And I just, I remember like one Easter, my girlfriend, she's a very good friend of mine. She invited me to her house with her. She's married.
Did you name her in the 5 friends?
Yeah, I did, Bonnie.
Okay, Bonnie. Shout out to Bonnie.
Bonnie, I love you. I love you
Bonnie
so
with
much.
2 N's?
Bonnie Batiti.
Yeah, because others would be Boney.
How do I know?
Like Job and
Oh,
or it could be Lainey Balboni.
I can't stand you.
Like
So
Bonnie?
she has, she's married. She's got 3 kids, adult daughters, and her mom or her dad just recently passed. But Bonnie to me is like the epitome of like, she's just such a wholesome human being. She's a great mom. She's a great daughter. She's a great wife. Like I love her so much. And she's always like, you're invited over for the holidays and always includes me. And I remember one Easter I went to her house and her whole family was there, and her brothers and the brother-in-law. Like there was like 25 people there, and there was food and happy and I just sat there and I was there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I can't even stay here because
why isn't it my family?
Felipe, let me tell you, I was like, why can't this? And when I was married, we had a house directly across the street from us, and I would watch the mother and the father at the table with the kids, and I would sit at the window and like cry. And my husband was like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm just so sad. And he would be like, why? I'm like, because like just to see a family unit together, like I didn't have that growing up, right? So that I know for me, that's the biggest piece of me and why I am the way I am. I would just look at them and like cry. And he's like, but we can have a family. I'm like, no, you don't get it. Like, I want to be back to when I was little and like nothing bad happened and my parents were together and everything was just innocence. And when that's taken from you, or as you get older, it's like, I don't know, like I always try to hold on to the innocence of my childhood, and just like anytime I'm around her, I see it, it hurts me. I get sad.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
It is what it is. I mean, I love you
All right,
guys.
a shout out from Tommy T, by the way. I'm sorry, Dr.
Titus.
Yes, Tommy T. Difficult to show any emotions in our past profession. Remember, we were weak if we did. How fucking stupid we were.
Yeah, I like a man who's
absolutely.
T. I want a man who's sensitive. Show me your emotions. I'm all set with that.
Dr. Wong went,
Yeah, no.
Go ahead, Dr. Wong.
No, I had 2 things I had a couple of things I wanted to share.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know.
Sorry, can you grab, Lady, can you grab your phone?
I know you're talking about like the ideal family holidays and stuff. So I think that maybe as an adult, we are impacted by what we grew up with. So
absolutely.
So when I was little, like my parents didn't like Felipe always says, did your family celebrate this? Did your family say that? So like I have a very small family because most of the rest of my family's in Taiwan. And so it was just my parents and my siblings, that they didn't really make a big deal about the holidays. It was more of a pain for my mom to put up the Christmas tree. It was like more of a chore. So we really didn't make a big deal about it. And it wasn't a big like family gathering thing. So I think growing up with that, because I didn't have like that, the ideal, like for me, the holidays is a little different, but now I have this huge family to share it with. So I think it's like, when you know,
my family's nuts, obviously. Every day's a party day.
Every
day. Let's just party.
When you don't have that growing up, then as an adult, it's
you don't miss it.
Yeah, you don't miss it.
You
exactly.
Don't miss it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I had to say. And then another thing, like you were saying, friends. So I remember when I with my ex-husband, his family was like lived like in Franklin, Mass, all the way to New Hampshire, and on Thanksgiving we would have to make the rounds to like 3 different families.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And then I said, I go, but I want to go see my friends for Thanksgiving. And he goes, they're not your family. And I said, but
they are by
your
choice.
Past husband, right?
Yeah. I said
they are by choice.
Oh yes. Her ex-husband.
No, not her current husband.
Her ex-husband, not her
Yeah, I
ex-husband,
said
ex-fiance, and her other ex-husband. I'm the original one
She
right
said
now.
her, I love you. I
Wait,
love
Oh,
you.
yeah,
she
yeah.
did say her ex-husband,
Yeah,
and this is
yeah.
the thing too.
So no, wait.
Obviously.
So it was very hurtful because I go, but my
Happy
friends,
holidays, Felipe.
I can't stand you. I can't.
my
Forget
friends,
it.
I can't stand your husband.
my friends are my family. So
Absolutely.
I was like, this is
Right.
really hurtful that you're like, no, he's gonna drive me
Yeah,
around.
why'd you listen to him? I would have just went.
Hold
on
on,
my
this
own.
show is going on a total opposite place
Okay.
from depression and fear. Because if you really want to push the limit, Lainey, I started teaching her about people and starting to understand
All
the
right.
demographics of why you should be and where you should
teaching
be
me
with
about
people.
people.
All right, let me
Yeah,
ask you. All right,
so-
one more question, just about the holidays too. As a child
Yes.
and coming from a broken home, and
Who?
me,
Oh.
you, anybody.
I'm actually, hold on, what I could say is this, and I'm going to give a shout out. I'm not from a broken home. I'm from a person that came from a country that obviously married in. And the sad part is, due to the fact that my father passed at such a young age,
Right.
my mother had to subject herself to working so many hours to give us everything else the Joneses had. So not only
Right.
did she buy a house in a location where a mother and a father works to buy it, my mother did it by herself. So my mother, the things that I miss about her, she always, which I got mad love and respect. If Christmas happened, we had the tree, we had the gifts. I had Evel Knievel, I had Incredible, I had
You had
everything.
Evel Knievel.
I had it all.
Listen,
I
mom's a
I
boss.
thought I
love
was
your mother.
Evel Knievel, and my
I
mother
love your
beat me
mother.
for breaking my ankle.
I
for
had
being
one.
it.
We would get one toy. I had
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
See,
skateboard.
I had a large abundance amount of toys.
Yeah.
So my mother, every holiday, made sure we went to church, made sure we went and visited everybody in the family, made sure that she was home to do the Christmas stuff, and then immediately go back to work. The only thing that ever affected me was that the person, as I grew, which obviously I had to see a psychiatrist and everything. I'm not ashamed of it. 14 years. Shout out to Dr. Fontes. He's out in California. I looked you up. Mad respect until you gave me the Holly Hobbs lunchbox. That threw me off, Dr. Fontes. But anyways, that's another story. But he realized I was very depressed only because at times when I played football or I did martial arts,
Your dad wasn't there.
it didn't matter. My dad wasn't there. It mattered that my grandfather passed and my mother couldn't be there.
Right.
So when
you
my
had
mother
nobody
would
in
hear
your corner.
stories going, "Oh my God, you should have seen your son," my mother would be like, "Yeah, okay." So it
Right.
wasn't as special because I wasn't
Right.
doing it for myself. I was
You were
doing it
to make her proud.
to do it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I did my first bodybuilding show and I was sad and I was depressed. And I went out to the stage and my whole family was there.
And you were like a little kid.
Yeah, I
like a
didn't
little
know.
kid, right?
I was like maybe 80 pounds, 90 pounds, and I felt like I was 300
And like
pounds.
5-year-old Felipe was
But-
like, oh
Yeah, but it's like I understand, and it's a shame because some things that we do, me and Winnie, I always ask her because to me, her family is my family,
right,
and I
And-
want to share what I've been through,
correct.
and I want to. Hey, what's your family doing? Because we don't
You want to
always.
include them.
Yeah, we don't always have to do Thanksgiving here. I'll fly my family. I'll rent a place. We'll do whatever it is and get the whole family because this is what I do.
And this is what
And
and
it's a
that's what
little
it's about
different.
too.
Yeah.
And I feel like
So, and it sucks during the holidays that when people go into depressions, like God rest, I've had people shoot themselves in the head and die all over, things like this at holidays. And to be honest with you, all the stuff that I've been through and all the trauma, I'm gonna tell you something. I can't understand that, and it doesn't matter. I couldn't go to a past friend's funeral because he shot himself in the head, only because the wife said, "Good luck seeing your kid." And in my head, I fight every day, all my emotions to see my kid,
right.
and I can't. And it's not because she's not old enough. She's just made a decision to cut me off. And does it affect me every holiday? And then I get
Of
back.
course, of
Then I
course.
get back. Well, you don't know what I suffered through the holiday, which causes me to get even more sadder because if I'm the blame for it, I would like at least the opportunity to understand why.
Right.
So when it comes to holidays, I'm always telling my wife, let's go away. Because going away makes me feel like we're in another planet and it is about me and her.
Right.
And at times where I have my whole family around, and yeah, it's great for the moment, but then it's like any other party. You go to your family, you can handle it for the moment.
And then you gotta go.
And I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to having my whole family, my wife there. I'm looking for an incredible time, and I'm going to make it an incredible time. So
Oh, where we go
I
with
kinda-
Christmas?
Well, we're in the usual place. Can't tell because people might want to follow it.
I was actually just gonna say one thing as well too, like when you have younger children, my parents got divorced when I was 6 or 7, I think. So when you have younger
That's when I
children
lost my dad.
and you have to, okay, it's your mom's holiday and then it's your dad's holiday. So
Yeah.
you're with your mother and you're
Dresses.
sad about your dad. Then you're with your dad and you're sad about your mother. And then it's like to split everything up. It's just, this is the thing. I'm just not a fan of holidays. That's all.
Here's what I would like to touch base on, and obviously I got a question coming up with Dr. Wong, but I want to give everyone during the holidays respect to the families that have that unity, that basically go through the struggle, and there is a struggle between the husband, the wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the partners, the couples, or whatever it is, to deal with these times, because these are one of the hardest times,
Of course it
and
is.
especially if you buy your significant other the wrong gift. And they go, yeah, I liked it. And then behind your back, they go and tell everybody, like, I can't believe he bought this. This is so
Oh,
ugly.
like the time Winnie said that?
Yeah, exactly. So
No, I'm only
emotionally,
kidding.
emotionally,
Winnie's like, oh,
yeah, but it's emotionally things like that do affect. And it's like, did I fail? Should I never buy anything again? And you know what?
yeah, you should never buy anything. You should
Yeah.
take your wife away and that's it.
That's it. And what I've also noticed is, and I hate to say it, it's you spend so much time in one of the hottest things, and you can comment on this, Dr. Wong, because you might know one of the hottest things to fight is what? Being happy. It's so easy to be angered, so easy to snap, so easy to look for that argument. But when you step back and you say, listen, I don't know what you're speaking of. Let's just talk this out.
Mhm.
Because then it becomes depressing because now you don't know what to say. I know at times we'll have a discussion and I'll be like, what will I tell you?
Uh-oh. Don't look at me.
No,
I'm
what
not
will I
know
tell you?
guys.
I don't know.
I said, really? We're going to argue about this? I go, let's think about what we say before we move forward. Because why not discuss it instead of argue about it? It's not like we're kids and we're going to
Yeah,
go.
you guys are all on the
And
same
then-
page.
yeah,
You're going the
it's-
same place.
and
It
the-
should be a
and that's it.
discussion. That's it.
But go ahead. You wanted to add a line.
Nope.
Oh, you said you were going to say something. No?
No, you said
All right.
you were going to ask Dr.
Okay,
Wong.
so I want to ask you this.
You said you were going to ask Dr. Wong something.
I want to ask you this because this is something that I'm going through. So, Dr. Wong, we had discussed something the other day, and I wanted to talk about anxiety versus panic attack. And then I was going to explain my experience.
Well, you can explain it because you said that you were more versed on it.
Are they only on the
No.
holidays or all the time?
No. I didn't say it was well versed on it. I said you brought up the panic attack and anxiety are the same. They are not the same.
Okay.
So me having it, I can tell you it's no, I don't have panic attacks. I have anxiety.
What's the difference between the two?
So this is what I researched and put it on me.
You
Anxiety.
just asked Winnie
No,
Wong.
I did.
know,
She said for me to say.
I guess no, because I didn't answer correctly when he
It's
asked.
no.
me.
You answered it medically, but not someone that suffers for it. So to me, when a doctor or somebody says this is textbook, this is what it is, but that's not what I suffer from, and I'm like, then they're making the wrong analysis because this is what I have, but you're calling it this. So when I research it and actually speaking to the people that I'm dealing with, they said anxiety is a chronic and constant. So it's consistently happening. It's constantly. It's a nervous system stuck in high alert throughout the day, producing tension, irritability, hypervigilance, emotional overload, while still functioning. So that's basically what they told me anxiety is. Now they're telling
Do I have
me
anxiety?
you could, but listen to what panic is. The lady says, okay, after we've diagnosed you and came out with it's PTSD and panic, you're having panic attacks where acute episodes, sudden surges of fear, marked by heart race and breathing changes, tunnel vision, dizziness, and fear of losing control. Anxiety creates the environment. Panic is the explosion. So they're saying anxiety can build you, but you can deal with anxiety, and you'll have all these symptoms. But once you have the panic attack, it's
It's
explosion.
done.
So then what I did was I looked back at times where I felt that happening, where I needed to drink and have alcohol to calm me down, because what would happen if I exploded at Bosley?
Forget about it. Felipe would take on like 25 people by himself.
I would-
Felipe's like the more the merrier.
And that's how I feel where I'm having a panic attack and then it sets into depression and then I sit quiet and I have to get away from everybody. So go ahead, Dr. Wong.
What am I answering?
I love you.
Anxiety versus panic.
In the
So-
textbook.
Well, I'm just going, the DSM-4 criteria for anxiety says, the core criteria, excessive anxiety and worry, and it has to last, for at least 6 months. And there's a lack of control, difficulty controlling the worry, and that there's a significant impact, like it affects your ability to function. So, I mean, that's the DSM-4 criteria for anxiety.
Can I ask you a question
Mhm.
as a doctor? If you have anxiety or depression, right, and you go to see a doctor to get medication, so depression, anxiety, because I've obviously been through my whole life on and off medication for it. I feel like if you have something like that and you take medication, it's only masking the problem. It's not dealing with the problem. It's not helping the problem. Would that be true or no?
So that's a great question. So what I tell people when they come in for the first time is I say that we definitely, Felipe and I were having this conversation the other day. I recommend cognitive behavioral therapy to help you deal with coping skills, develop coping skills, but he was saying that doesn't work for anxiety. I'm not sure. But anyway, I definitely recommend that. So, but that is a longer process, takes longer to help because, we have to unlearn certain patterns of behavior. Whereas the medication can help you get to a better place faster so that maybe the therapy can help you better. So like you be more open to the therapy, maybe you'll respond better. And I wouldn't say that it's a Band-Aid because, so this is how I explain to patients. If you have high blood pressure, you might need to be on medication for a little bit until you change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Cut salt, cut caffeine, cut smoking to lower your blood pressure. You might need an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety to help you regulate your serotonin, dopamine, or epinephrine levels and change the thermostat a little bit.
Yep.
So the levels are off. The medication is going to help you get them more normalized while you work on behavior modification. So hand in hand, I think they work great. Some people are able to eventually come off of medication. They go through whatever the depressive or anxious time is, and they learn coping skills. Others might have to continue on the medications because they just always have this underlying sense of depression or anxiety.
Well, that was my next question. So if you have depression or anxiety, is it something that you can kind of, I'm always I'm 53 years old, so I've been suffering from it from a majority of my life until I started seeing Abigail. And I feel like people that are depressed or have anxiety, once they have depression or anxiety, is it something that's going to follow them? Something that they're going to have forever?
I think everybody's different. I would say what I've seen the majority of the time is yes, because I do feel like there's also a genetic component to it.
Yeah.
So I would say that yes, the majority of people I see because they try and come off medicine and they may be okay for a little bit, but then ultimately they're like, you know what, I think I was better on it. There are a few people who have some acute stressors like loss of a spouse or really stressed, they got fired, laid off, and they're just not functioning. And, these acute events, and they might need something temporarily, but if they didn't have depression before or anxiety before that happened, then, they usually can just go on short term until whatever situation passes.
Okay. Well, I want to know why your husband just threw $100 bill on the table.
I have someone knocking on the door to grab it. So what I just want to say,
Are we going to stop playing cards?
with my anxiety is a little more different. So I suffer, my vision narrows, my breathing shifts automatically, my body enters in a fight
or flight.
Yep.
Fight or flight mode.
My logic drops, my irritability rises. So if someone says calm down, relax, I'm
That's the
literally
worst thing they
saying,
can say.
shut up, just let me focus.
Yeah.
And the ability to support others disappears. I can't protect you. I can't do anything because the only thing I have is rage at that time. And I'm trying to support it. I'm trying to take care of it. and I was told this is it's referred to as neurological overload, and it's not an attitude weakness or a lack of care. It's neurological. Something had caused it. It could be physical trauma, or it could be heavy depression and sadness that caused it. They were saying. So now I just received an item called Calm Go, which is Calm I Go. What is it?
Calm I Go.
Calm I Go, which is basically a box that I breathe into, which is almost, as Dr. Wong stated to me, it's almost like breathing in a bag. It's basically FDA cleared. It's a breathing device designed for anxiety and panic episodes. It slows exhalations. It regulates your breathing. It activates your parasympathetic nervous. What is it?
I love her. I love her, Winnie. She's so smart.
Nervous system, and sends a safety signal to the brain. It is a non-medication, and it's basically I drive around with it, and it's about the size of my palm.
Can I say something to you, Felipe?
Yeah.
I've known you for a long time, and I feel like you've gone through a lot of shit, right? A lot of shit. And for you to sit here and talk so openly about your feelings in such a manner, like, it's just, I'm super proud of you, because I feel like a lot of men.
I kept a lot of stuff hidden.
Yeah, right. But you're Felipe Montero. Like anybody who knows you're Felipe Montero. Like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like for you to just be so open and, like, talk about these things. I think it's important that people talk about these things and not hide it, because I feel like we're all struggling with something. And I feel like we look to each other and be like, oh, wow, he's going through something. Oh, wow, she's going through something. It makes you feel like, a little, I think a little bit better. It looks at you like
real people.
Like, right, you're a human being. Like, when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, Felipe, he's a superhero. Like, but you're like,
you're a superhero.
But you're just like, you're a man, and you have, you've been very open about your struggles. And I think that it's super important to be open about your struggles.
I look at everyone has a struggle. And to be totally honest and truthful, I think when I actually opened up the Bible and I started interpreting what it actually meant and said, and not what other people told me it meant.
Yes.
Like, how do you say J-O-B?
Job.
Oh, but look, she switched up.
No, she
what
said
do you
Job.
mean? I said Job first.
I read the Bible.
Job first. I'm just saying.
I went to CCD and everything, and I said Job. I said, who's this guy Job, honey? She started laughing, going, oh my God, wait till I run and tell everybody it's Job. Okay, I made a mistake, but you know what? If people teach English composition and shit, start teaching these people Job, anything J-O-B could be all different words. So I did not know. So, but yeah, so I believed, and like I said, everyone has a certain belief in what they read. Yeah. So I think it changed me a lot. And
I think you should.
That's it.
Listen. I think that you should speak, and I feel like you probably should go to prisons and speak to people in prison.
Wow, I thought Lady was about to say you should go to prison.
No, but I mean, wow. This is the thing. I feel like people who have been through shit to go and like, I don't want to like delve too much into this, but my ex Michael that passed away a couple of years ago, when
God bless him.
God bless him, I miss you and I love you. When he was sober, he would go to jails and like, places like that and just speak to like younger kids about, life and being in jail and life on the streets and just like how it molds you as a human being. You know what I mean? I feel like, if you go to jails and stuff and talk about things, people can relate to you, and just there is a good things on the other side of that. You know what I mean? There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like,
there's always a light. You have a professional like Dr. Wong you can go sit with. She can help you seek counsel, as she said, 988. You can have those to call. There's so many alternatives that us as children.
Was that the $100 bill?
That's Jen. Make her step in to say hi.
Jen, he said,
Jen,
look at you with the blonde bombshell.
You gotta step in now, Jen.
Hi, he said.
Jen, you gotta step in.
We're live, Jen.
You gotta step in, Jen. Come on in, Jen.
Jen, come on in.
Jen,
I think last time I saw you were brunette.
When was that?
Hey, here's the drug money, Jen.
When these two got together? Were you
Let me
brunette?
see.
Probably.
Yeah, you look amazing as a blonde.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
girl.
sweet.
Listen, you gotta support my little maniac, Nico. He is going. What is he doing?
Wilmington.
He is going.
Wilmington hockey.
You
I-
hockey, yeah.
Yeah, he's kicking
Raffle
ass in
tickets, you
Utah.
could win $500.
$500.
While you're here about Wilmington,
They pick a winner every day of the month.
So Jen, hold on. You
You
just
get
walked
30
into a
chances.
podcast. You just walked into a podcast. Stand right behind Lainey for a second.
I heard
So
something.
listen,
Go ahead.
very dear friend of ours. This is Jen. I won't say her last name.
Just Jen.
All right, because you guys
just
might
Jen.
know her husband. We don't care. So Jen, we're actually talking about depression during the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at the
See what I
face I
mean?
got.
Yeah, that's tough.
So
for some
Jen, what do
people.
you find tough about it? Especially you having a child now, a young child.
Depression?
Yes, depression wise.
She doesn't have time to be depressed. She's
Of course
got a
she
child.
does. Jen's
I
going through a
feel
lot.
like maybe just the people that we've lost in our lives.
Yep,
Like,
absolutely.
We
depressed,
discussed
like
it.
you missed that. you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
How old is your child?
7.
So, right. Does he believe in a girl or boy?
Boy.
He believes in Santa Claus?
Oh, yeah.
So it's magical, but this is a magical
I
time
do the
for you.
Santa letters and they put his
Oh,
name and
can
you
I
can
come
put a
stay at your
friend
house?
or a
Yeah, I love
family
it.
member on there and that makes them
You have
believe.
elf on the shelf.
Elf on the shelf.
Oh,
It's like you're
God.
reliving your childhood through your son.
Yep.
That's just
And he named
magical.
our elf Pickles.
Oh, I love Pickles. It's a
Pickles.
cute
No
name.
comment, Jen.
We
No
love it.
comment.
That's cute, Pickles.
Pickles.
Oh,
Oh,
I love
God.
that. Oh, I love little people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're discussing anxiety, depression. We have the doctor here that's discussing it and explaining it to us. We have me and Lainey who suffers through depression every day we wake up.
Let's ask Jen, do you know what circadian rhythm is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
Oh, okay.
We are not
I
doctors,
thought
Winnie.
she was on my
Hold
side.
on, not to change the subject. Don't say anything. Jen is in the business. So I'd be like, if Jen knew this, I'd be excited. Melanoma is where? Cancer, melanoma cancer.
Yeah. it could be
Why
anywhere.
are we talking about this?
Because I just wanted to know, because I was speaking to someone. Where could it be though?
On your skin.
Anywhere else?
Yeah, it can go internally.
Yeah, see, I never knew that. Did you
I
know?
never knew that either.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I never
no,
never
spread.
knew that. Never
we-
knew
we
that.
just
I think squamous and basal don't, but
Which,
melanoma can
speaking of,
spread
let's
if
just
it's skin.
send give a moment of silence or send
Absolutely.
happy thoughts to anybody that we know that is going through a difficult time right now.
Absolutely. God bless.
Absolutely.
Lord, may you bless them in their journey and their success and their recovery.
Because this is a very hard time for people who are sick.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
Very.
Now that just got me sick.
I know. Wow. I'm glad I wasn't on this podcast.
Well,
I've been dealing with a lot of death and dying this week, so it's been a rough week,
Yeah.
especially right before the holidays.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I get it. I had 4 people pass in 1 week. This was
Get
a
out
month
of it.
ago.
God.
At your
And then-
business?
No, just family and friends
I'm sorry, I didn't even hear my
and neighbors.
condolences.
Yeah, and then 2 the next week. I was like, wow. it's
Yeah,
tough.
it makes it even harder at this time of year.
Yeah.
Isn't it an adult? It's being an adult is really annoying.
I don't like adulting.
That's what I'm
I'm gonna go
saying.
back.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring
Go
it
back in the
back.
womb.
Yes, I'm gonna crawl right back into mama.
Start all over again.
My mama. Yeah. Yeah.
But it is, it's a sad time, and obviously everyone deals with it. And it's just a shame that one of my questions was for you, Dr. Wong, and maybe everyone can join in on this one is, does it seem like there's more depression than ever? Or is it because we're getting older where we're feeling more because we know we've gotten older and now we're picturing ourselves not being here any longer because we've lived half that life.
More than half, believe that.
Well, I have a couple of comments on that. I feel like our environment has changed. So the last year, I've been hearing political climate a lot.
Wait, what?
The people come
Oh,
in,
wait, over here.
political climate.
Oh,
and
political
they
climate.
say,
Oh, my
oh, the
goodness.
political climate, and I have anxiety and da 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 da. And I feel like our world, our society in general has changed. We're constantly attached with social media and like getting, bombarded from that. And then I think not only the overstimulation.
I'm sorry to stop, but you brought up social media. So you think social media itself has impacted today's society?
Hell
And
yeah.
depression.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I understand in the bullying. I just
No,
didn't
no,
really
no,
know.
because there's
Perfect.
there's unrealistic expectations.
I'm a
of-
grown person and I believe that.
of, yeah,
Yes.
like
Okay.
what people should look like, what they should be doing.
Absolutely.
Like it's anxiety provoking. I think men and women, maybe women a little bit more. But then I also think that we are such a society where instant gratification. And so we haven't, like, if my Amazon package doesn't come like within 6 hours, like it's
no comment who that does.
So, well, you didn't even know what Amazon was before you met me.
Damn right I didn't.
Please stop it. Please stop. How long have we been together?
Oh God.
Only 7 years?
7 years.
And you didn't know what Amazon was 7 years ago? I gotta know.
So I think we have no coping skills or less coping skills. So for example, today I had a patient who came in and she got dropped off by her husband because they are down to one car or whatever. And she forgot her phone at home and she was like, this feels so weird. I don't have my phone. I don't know what to do with my extra time.
That's
like,
sad.
Back before phones, we might just like read a book or like, just sit quietly. And she was like, it was just such a strange concept. We don't know how to self-soothe anymore as a society.
Absolutely. I think that's a great self-soothe.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can't even say it.
That sounds like
I can't even say it one
So
time.
Jen, any comment on that?
I think she's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jen.
Jen, what do you wear for?
I wasn't
perfume?
looking for an agreement. I was looking for a non-agreement.
Pretty Spears. Hot in this
You are
room,
wearing
guys.
Britney
Oh, it's
Spears
on. It's
perfume.
always
I
on.
can't stand you.
Every room we're in is
That's
hot.
good.
Don't
Thank
you
you.
get that?
This is hot.
It's all
We
freaking
bring
hot
the
here. I'm in a
heat.
tank top. It's so hot.
We bring the heat here.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
bringing the heat.
I started with, now I'm going,
Pictures of her
God.
walk, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, because
God.
I might
Felipe
have done
knocked it
that.
off the wall. No, I think Felipe did it earlier.
Yeah, I did when I was walking by it.
What
But
else you have for us, Felipe?
no, my whole
How
thing
long's
is,
the podcast been on?
well, right now it's been about an hour and
I'm
16.
gonna have to, I'm getting
But-
calls.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is towards the end, for your listeners and all the things that are occurring and happening, what would you say at this time of holiday, since it is about the holidays and the depression and stuff that's going on? What would you say that to give an advice about something to help them from everyone sitting in here? Like, what would you say? Like the advice, sound advice from medical,
From a doctor, yes.
from a doctor's point
Because I'm
first.
gonna look right at you and make you super uncomfortable. What would you suggest?
Well, I'm going to start with what I said in the beginning in terms of like setting a schedule. Schedule is very important. Be kind to yourself, be forgiving to yourself. So that means, set time aside for yourself. If you feel you need alone time, it's okay to say no to people, but then also don't isolate, and go into your little shell. Like sometimes it's good to get out there, but don't force it.
I was like, what, is isolation bad?
No, sometimes you need alone time, but like also like
There's a
kind of
difference in
check in with
isolations.
yourself, communicate, reach out to like Bonnie
I mean, like Bonnie or
and Clyde.
Winnie
No.
and Clyde.
And take care of yourself physically. So we went back to like avoiding the evil triad, fat, sugar, salt, using alcohol limitation, exercise, get plenty of sleep, do things that you enjoy. And remember, 988 is a great crisis helpline, always available. Remember, you're not alone. If you have thoughts of hurting yourself, there's always another way. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys heard on the radio, like last week, this firefighter saved this gentleman he was literally about to jump.
Yes, I saw that.
And
Yes.
then he called him, and he had just done the training to how to de-escalate and talk to someone.
One of the biggest things, de-escalation,
And,
back up 100%.
And he talked him off.
It saved his life.
And the guy called him and he goes, I'm so glad that you were there at that time,
Right.
because he's like looking back, like you were, like he was like, there's other avenues.
Shout out to that firefighter. God
So,
bless you and your
like
family.
that.
Great job. Great job.
Because when at that moment you just feel like there's no other option, but that firefighter, when he did that training, was able to show him that there's another way.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost broke out laughing when you just said. I thought you said that fat firefighter,
Oh my God.
but you didn't. I'm sorry.
Not everybody can be as slim as you.
Oh, okay. I'm slim. I wear big clothes. Lainey, please go ahead. Closing advice.
Closing advice is just, if you suffer from depression, don't be embarrassed or ashamed, and talk to people who also, who can relate to you. You know what I mean? I'm not forever, I was just embarrassed, and I'm not. It's made me part of who I am today. And, you know, I have a successful business, and I have a
Yep.
core group of friends, and,
Proud of you.
you know, just, you know, keep on keeping on.
And Jen, any advice? Stand behind Lainey so we can see
Jen,
you.
come on, Blondie,
Don't be,
JJ.
don't go and
I
hide.
say, take care of yourself. Think of yourself, give yourself time.
Grace,
You
give yourself
You
grace.
said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
Self-soothe.
I think Jen just showed up to kiss Dr. Wong's ass. I agree with Dr. Wong.
We all agree with Dr. Wong. We love Winnie Wong.
So listen, from my standpoint of it, obviously everyone knows I prepare myself and write stuff down. So to me, I look at it, how to help move forward for me first was definitely finding God and reading the Bible and reading things and never second guessing myself in my decision. Structure before motivation. So I know people get excited to go do something, but they don't structure their plan before they do it. So then once they fail, they're like, shit, I failed. And you get sad about it. You didn't fail. You've accomplished what you needed to.
Right.
Just look at yourself to keep going forward.
Right.
I look at it, I always use the hill thing. When we used to play King of the Hill, you would go up, you throw your buddy down. The next thing you know, your buddy up top throws you down, and then you go. But who knows that other step that you move forward that you're not on top of that hill. Never give up on yourself. Never. Motivate. Keep moving forward. It's movements before emotions, connections before isolation. Lainey had said, is it bad to isolate? I believe isolation is a great formula to find out, to review your day, to review your non-failures, because everybody believes everything's a failure. It's not a failure. If you didn't do it, then you wouldn't have learned.
If you don't have any
So,
failures, you don't have any successes.
Yeah.
Like
and
Wayne
that's it.
Gretzky said, 100%.
Yeah, Dr. Wong.
Wait, hold on. What did
Perfect.
Wayne Gretzky
Ding,
say?
ding,
Let's
ding.
get him
Well,
on.
you know, Wayne Gretzky said 100% of goals not taken.
Go ahead, look it up.
Okay.
We're gonna let her know.
All right.
We're gonna see what
So
Wayne
while you're
Gretzky
looking, I
said.
just want to finish.
Fall down 99 times, get up 100.
One of the worst things also, to be honest with you, is chronic stress, trauma, sleep deprivation, nutrition deficiencies, isolation, unresolved grief, and loss of a
Absolutely.
purpose. So one of the biggest things is, and Jen had said it, when I asked Jen when she walked in at the end of the podcast what affected her, she said loss. Grief is I don't even know how to explain it. But when I've lost so many people in my life, I started focusing on all the happiness I had with them, and I would giggle. And we're only here for a minute. We really are. We get older in time, and then we don't realize that the next thing you know, we're walking our last walk. But before we do that, let's appreciate the people that walked with us when they were here, because we'll see them again. We definitely will.
We
see them
definitely
again.
will.
So, and one of the things, depression is biological, psychological, and situational, not weakness. So don't ever, and I'm telling everyone, don't ever think you're weak. Don't ever think you're embarrassed to cry. I went to Elsa, some thing, and there was a point in it I started tearing when he kept going. Frozen. Remember you kept asking me?
Did you just say Elsa?
Winnie, yeah, whatever.
We say I love you. I was like, is this
Winnie,
a program?
Winnie kept going. What's wrong with your eyes? I go, it's a goddamn heat in this place. They got the heat in my eyes.
Cried at Elsa?
But I didn't cry. I didn't
Aw,
cry. I had some
Felipe,
tears
you're
coming
so
down.
sensitive. We
So,
love it.
No,
Wait,
I ain't sensitive. It's
Hold on.
situational.
What did Wayne Gretzky say though? Oh,
Okay,
Elsa.
Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
So kudos to Wayne Gretzky's. I think
Do
I
you
had.
even know who he is?
Is that the
Wayne
guy that I was
Gretzky's?
supposed to pick up and I didn't know who he was?
Oh, I gotta
No,
go.
no,
He's like the
my
greatest hockey player of all
God.
time.
He's talking
Oh.
about
Superman?
no, in the
That's what I said.
in front of the TD
Riley?
Garden.
His name Riley?
Cam Neely.
The fighter guy. I was supposed to pick him up.
I don't watch
I don't
sports.
know.
I don't know.
So listen, I know we're going off the script, but one of my things is structure before motivation. We know that. So everyone, look forward to your holidays. Look forward to what you want to be. You're never alone. I remember me without a relationship, and I stayed away from my family because I was dealing. I would go someplace. I would always meet someone. I would always talk to people. It was always a great time, but obviously I would think of things I didn't have at the same time. But I developed strength and I moved forward from
What
it.
do you mean you'd always meet someone? go meet someone?
I would walk into a restaurant and there'd be somebody else there
like
with
should I meet-
nobody.
You just-
Yeah,
I
not-
thought you meant.
Yeah, and
talking
then,
to them.
oh, you're here for Christmas, you're here for
Yes,
Christmas Eve.
yes.
Next thing you know, like, yeah,
Yes.
and then we don't talk about personal stuff, we just talk about now, and
That's
that's
it.
all it was. So Titus, God bless kindness and never weakness, 100% brother, mad love and respect as always. Anything for your closing, anyone?
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
No? Hey, listen, if Jen owns a spa, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't want any more clients.
She does own one.
I just
Oh, you
said
said
Jen
if Joan
owns,
Oh, I gotta go.
but I said I don't, if she needs clients.
Oh,
Would you like to give a shout out to
Jen,
your
shout it
spas and
out.
clients?
Yeah.
Spa 9
Where's Spa 9 located, Jen?
over here in Wakefield.
27 Water Street.
You got it.
Yep, she does waxing, which guys don't. It hurts. It hurts.
You can see me for laser hair removal.
Sweet baby.
But she does it all. She owns Spa 9 in Wakefield,
Come see
Massachusetts.
me.
Yep, and Lainey Balboni. Always a pleasure to have you
The
on
Curl
again.
Queen.
And give a shout out to your business also and your blessings. to
The Curl
everyone.
Queen, I'm like the Curl Queen.
Yeah.
Helene Marie Salon, Helene Marie Curl Salon. I'm
On
sorry.
Main Street
On
in
Main
Stone.
Street, Stone Mass, 366 Main Street. If you want the most amazing curly haircut, come see me.
Woo!
Woo woo!
All right, Dr. Wong.
Caring for All and Radiant Medi Spa at 955 Main Street in Winchester.
If you want Botox, Juvederm, TRT, HRT, progesterone, estradiol, she does it all.
Laser hair
And,
removal.
Or if you just want to hang out, Wendy, because she's Wendy's a
And-
vibe.
and she has now brought a new line in, and she's now one of the major
Suppliers.
suppliers for
Thorn.
natural supplements. No binders, no extracts, dot tested, incredible products only. Also for me, I appreciate mad love, and for those of you that look at it later on, mad respect and love as always. Stay tuned for next week. I will be at a hot place, and we will be filming. Maybe I'll do a little bachata dancing for you guys
let's
and
not
show
get
you what
crazy.
life is
Yeah.
about.
You're going to be hot because I'll be with you.
Oh, that's it. Dr. Wong, would you like to close it out with a joke?
No, thank you.
Really?
Wow, you're gonna say no to a joke, Winnie? Come on.
What did the egg say to the boiling water?
What did he say?
Excellent.
Give me a minute to get hard. I just got laid by a chick.
Oh, she actually got it
I
right.
can't stand you, Winnie.
She
I got
actually
one.
got
I
it
got
right.
one. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side?
Because
Oh, God.
I can't.
These
That
are-
was good. That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
these are bad dad jokes.
chicken jokes.
No,
These
they're
are
good
bad
jokes.
dad jokes.
I'm sorry, my face
Nope.
is itchy from my chemical peel, so I'll keep scratching it.
Oh,
My
God.
face is itchy because it's wicked hot in here.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate my love, my respect. You guys have a safe weekend, and thank you so much for tuning in so late in the day. And whatever, I guess I'll see you next week at 12 p.m. Let's get it. And like always, leave me comments, leave me whatever you want. For those that have written some comments for me, mad love, mad respect, mad everything. Thank
Let's
you so
go.
much. All right, ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
Thank you.